Yeah, I got Bubba Wallace returning to the playoffs as our hot take number 4 tonight. You can also get his over 0.5 wins minus 130 at Caesars right now. The under is going off even money plus 100. This is just a law of positive regression for me, right, man? Like, Bubba's continuing to get better. He set new career highs last season in top fives. That's tied for the 12th most with 6. Also, top 10s, he had 14, the 11th most in the series. Average finish, 15.3. That's the 11th best. Was also 13th in average starting position and 5th in laps run. So, really, like, Bubba, when you average all that out, he was a top 12 driver last season, aside from he didn't lead a shit ton of laps and he didn't have any wins. But this guy hasn't won in 79 races. And I think he's too talented. And in really what we need to start considering elite equipment, that I don't think it will go another. I don't think it goes past 20 some races till we get, the 22, whatever, the 24, whatever the races are that we're 26, I guess, technically, that before we get in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think you can absolutely look out for him at Daytona, Talladega. Speaking of that projections model that we're putting together, Elliot, Bubba ranked 3rd in that for the 500. So I think Bubba's worth a look there. Bristol, Richmond, Martinsville, he had top 5 finishes at all those short tracks. So we know he can be dangerous on the shorts, a variety of different shorts. Also won at Kansas a couple years ago. So probably can win Michigan too. Kansas is just the mini Michigan. So that's like when you factor in the super speedways, those 3 short tracks, those 2 high speed intermediate tracks, like that's a good 8 tracks that Bubba could win at. We go to a couple of them twice. There's 12 times I think he can win. I think he'll do it once this year.
Yeah, that's the number I was just thinking. Like, there's probably 12 or 13 shots for him to pull off a win. And Wallace, just like Buescher and Chastain last year, definitely a top 16 driver. Just didn't work out because of the win and you're in. Will there be format changes? We don't know that yet. Rumors are kind of swirling of that too. That can only help guys like Bubba Wallace who go out there and do more points race and kick it back to victory lane. But you're right. We have to start considering elite equipment. And if Bubba doesn't get back to victory lane, I threw the bomb out of maybe 23-11 gets rid of a guy early, but a guy like Bubba Wallace, can you really justify keeping him in elite equipment if he can't be? I know they made the crew chief change there. Denike coming on board and replacing Bootie Barker. I feel like that can only help Bubba Wallace too. No shade to Bootie, because Bootie's a legend. You'll never hear Bootie Barker disrespect out of my mouth. But a little bit of a change there could help Bubba kind of break out of the shell, rip out a couple of wins here in top-tier Toyota equipment.
Well, sometimes this is what you just need, right? Like we've seen it time and time again in the sport. We've seen it whether it's in college football, whether it's in professional football, every sport. Sometimes you just need a refresher, a manager gets sacked, whatever it is. Sometimes you just need to, that dead cat bounce a little bit. And I think we might get it from Bubba here. And if he doesn't get a win before the playoffs, it'll be over 100 races before he gets a win. So I'm betting that Bubba is not going to go 0 for 100 here. That's what this bet is.
Yeah, and that's a big number. We've seen some pretty talented drivers have some pretty long winless streaks, but you're right. I think Bubba, I don't think it gets the triple digits either.